How do I know if I need to give my horse electrolytes after an intense ride on a hot day? And boy, is that a topical question right now.
Oh gosh, because it's really humid.
Well, so Illinois in the Midwest is pretty humid, but yesterday here at SmartPak, it was awful outside.
Like Illinois weather.
It was like swimming through the parking lot.
Yeah. So that's the critical thing and it's not as simple as adding the temperature to the humidity, although there's that rule of 150 and that works to a degree. When weather companies do it, it's a really complicated algorithm. But the humidity is what makes it tough for horses, right, in the heat. And so what you can do is, this is my rule, like not the rule of 150, it's Lydia's rule, but I feed my horse salt year round. Because in the summer you need it for sweating, and in the winter you need it for drinking and hydration. Okay. Then in the summer I add electrolytes. And when I heard a question, I thought, why not? Because electrolytes are not something you can load. They don't save them. So you can't feed them, say, in May and then be all set for June, July, August. You feed them every day. And you even give like a paste of them on particularly hot, humid, sweaty, hard work days. But you don't have to have an intense ride, as she says, to know, to trigger yourself, I should give electrolytes. Any horse, anywhere that's sweating needs electrolytes, because it's not just fluid that is sweated out, like to cool the body. It's the fluid and minerals like sodium, chloride, potassium, and also to a more limited extent, calcium, magnesium. So why not give them? They're safe. They're just excreted out in the urine if they're not used. But if they're needed, they're there. And so your horse does not get into a situation of dehydration, but also being deficient in those key minerals. So I say salt year round, electrolytes whenever there's a potential for sweating, and keep pastes on hand for when you're trailering and it's hot, or you are going to compete and it's hot, and then you're good.
So electrolytes a little bit more like for people taking a daily multivitamin, and less like taking an Advil when you have a headache. It's not for a specific problem. It's like a general good thing to do all the time kind of deal.
Oh, yes.
You see what I mean?
I do.
She's talking about like, after an intense ride, and it's like, was today hard enough that he needs an electrolyte? And it's, if he's sweating, let him have electrolytes.
Yeah, I don't think of it that way. I think of it as something that should be on board daily, and then maybe a little extra hit when it gets like it is this, yesterday.
Yeah. So you talked about that humidity is what makes it really hard for horses when it's hot. Why is that?
Well, because horses are like people in that they sweat to cool themselves off. And when the moisture in the air climbs, then that mechanism, that cooling method, is not as effective. And that's when you can run into dangerous situations of heat exhaustion, even heat stroke.
All right. So sweating is actually good for you, not just an unfortunate thing that happens when you walk around in the parking lot for 4 minutes.